Hello, welcome to yet another lesson on cohesion. We are still looking at cohesive devices. We looked at the types of we are on the types of cohesive devices. We looked at referencing, we looked at ellipsis, and today we will be looking at substitution. So, what is substitution? Now, substitution is the replacement of one linguistic item by another. That is replacing one word or phrase with another word or phrase. This one is particularly used to avoid repetition of a particular item. Remember, we said the whole purpose of cohesion is to be as economical as possible with our wording, with our words. Now, we do not want to keep repeating the same items. We do not want to keep using the same words over and over again. That is why we resort to substitution. That is why we resort to ellipsis, and that is why we resort to substitution. Referencing. In simpler terms, we would say substitution is the thing that you use instead of the thing you would normally use. So using something else rather than the thing that you would normally use. Let's look at this example. The glass broke. I must get another. The glass broke. I must get another. In this case, another refers to the glass. We decided to use another, replace it with the glass. Okay, so rather than use the same word twice in one sentence, rather than say the glass broke, I must get another glass, we resorted to substitute the word glass with another. Halliday also defines substitution as the replacement of one linguistic item by another. Now, you remember when we were looking at ellipsis, there's a point where we defined ellipsis as substitution by zero. Okay, so in other terms, ellipsis is a type of substitution, except rather than substitute with another word, we decide to substitute it with nothing. Okay, so we would say that ellipsis is also a kind of substitution where one item is replaced by nothing, that is substitution by zero. Okay, it is an omission of an item. That is ellipsis. Of course, when we talk about replacement of one item by another, we mean replacing one word or one phrase with another word or phrase. Okay, we can say substitution is the relation on lexical grammatical level. It is used to avoid repetition of a particular item. Okay, but while locating cohesion through substitution, semantics must also be involved. Remember what semantics is? It is meaning. Okay, so what we're trying to say is you will not just remove one word and put another one. It must make sense. It must still be semantic. Okay, it's kind of like when you're making a sandwich. Okay, you decide to say, okay, instead of using peanut butter and jelly, instead of adding peanut butter on my sandwich, that I should have peanut butter and jelly, I will instead have almond and jelly. It makes sense. These are all grounded nuts. These are all ground nuts that we're using. Okay, almond or peanut butter. But you cannot decide to add eggs on on a jelly sandwich. You say you add jelly and eggs. It will not make any sense. So that is why we say when we are substitution, we have to use semantics. Semantics must be involved. There has to be meaning even as we are doing the substitution. Let's see if we can make use of the following examples in explaining substitution. We are looking at two speakers here. We have speaker A and speaker B in the first example. So we say, speaker A says, I will have 2 eggs on the bread. Speaker B will respond, I will have the same. let's assume speaker A and speaker B are in a restaurant and they're talking to a waitress trying to order something. Okay, so the same simply means 2 eggs on the bread. So which means the waitress will bring 2 plates which both contain 2 eggs on the bread. Okay, if we did not use any substitution here, then it would be, then speaker B would probably say, I will have 2 eggs on the bread as well. But what we're trying to do is be as economical as possible with our wording system. Let's look at the second example. I do not know the meaning of those words, and I don't believe you do either. I do not know the meaning of those words, and I do not believe you do either. Now, in this case, I do not know the meaning of those words. So you do, as you can see there as underlined, do has been substituted by know the meaning of those words. Now, if there was no substitution there, this would read as follows. I do not know the meaning of those words, and I do not believe you know the meaning of those words either. It's a mouthful, isn't it? That is why we use substitution. Okay, the third example reads, is this mango ripe? Speaker A is probably asking somebody close to them, is this mango ripe? And the person next to him would answer, it seems so. So has been substituted, or mango ripe has been substituted by so. Okay, trying not to repeat what speaker A already mentioned. Let's move on to the types of substitution. Now, generally we have 3 types of substitution. That is nominal substitution, verbal substitution, and finally we have clausal substitution. Let's look at nominal substitution. As we already know, nominal refers to, it refers to as relating to or functioning as a noun. When we mention nominal group, we're simply talking about something that is relating to a noun or a group of words that is functioning as a noun. Now, nominal substitution is the process that takes place within the discourse in which one item is replaced by another one. By nominal substitution, we mean substitution within the nominal group. Okay, within a group that has been functioning as a noun, or that is functioning as a noun. Okay, so there are generally 3 types of nominal substitutes. We have one, ones, and some. Now, the nominal substitute one or ones, this substitute always functions as a head of a nominal group and can substitute only for an item that is in itself the head of that nominal group. Okay, so for example, we would say, I've heard some strange stories in my time, but this one was perhaps the strangest one of all. I've heard some strange stories in my time, but this one was perhaps the strangest one of all. Note that the word other than a substitute can be used as the personal pronoun. Okay? It can be used as the personal pronoun one, the cardinal numeral one, or the determiner one. And we do not even need to go back to cardinal numerals and determiners, because these are things that we've looked at in grammar and usage, okay, including personal pronoun. So what we're trying to say is the word other than a substitute can be used as a personal pronoun one, cardinal numeral one, or determiner one. Okay, then the nominal substitute, same. This one typically is accompanied by the presuppose of an entire nominal group. So we are not substituting one word. Okay, it's not one that we're substituting. It's simply an entire group. Okay. In the nominal substitution one or plural ones, this one is going to substitute just one, probably one, which is the nominal head. We're simply trying to say within a group of nouns, within a nominal group, okay, we'll have one which is the head. Now that is going to be the one that we're going to substitute. That is the one that we'll substitute with one or ones, as was seen in the example that we mentioned earlier. Okay, so in the nominal substitution same, this one, we are simply replacing the entire nominal group. Let's look at this example. Two speakers, A and B. A, I'll have 2 poached eggs on toast. I'll have 2 poached eggs on toast. Okay. Then B replies, I'll have the same. B replies, I'll have the same. The same is replacing the entire nominal head, that is 2 poached eggs on toast. Okay. The same can have the following expressions as well. Say the same, do the same, or be the same. So basically, the easiest way of distinguishing the nominal substitute one and ones and the nominal substitute same is with one, it's one noun of the entire nominal group. It is one noun that we're going to replace. Okay, then with the nominal substitute same, we're going to replace the entire group. Okay, and the substitute will always be preceded by the word the. Okay, let's look at the last one, which is verbal substitution. The second last one, rather, sorry. Now, verbal substitution. The verbal substitute is do. Here with verbal substitution, the verbal substitute is do. This one operates as a head of a verbal group. Okay. This one will operate as the head of the verbal group. Lexical verb is replaced by the word do, and its position is on the final in that particular verbal group. Let's look at this example. The words did not come the same as they used to do. The words did not come the same as they used to do. Now, the underlined word come has been substituted with do. Okay. It can also substitute for a verb plus certain other elements in the clause, like this one, like this example. I do not know the meaning of half of those language words. And what's more, I don't believe you do either. I don't know the meaning of half of those language words. And what's more, I don't believe you do either. In this case, the entire verbal group has been as has been underlined here, know the meaning of half of those language words has been substituted by the word do. Let's look at clausal substitution. Now, with this type of substitution, with clausal substitution, here we are substituting clauses with 2 words, that is so and not. Okay, we are not substituting a small group. We are not substituting a verbal group or a nominal group. We are not substituting just one word, but we're simply substituting the entire clause by 2 words, either so or not. In other words, we'll say clausal substitution is the replacement of a clause by the clause of substitute, so or not. Let's look at it. We should remember that in clause of substitute, in clause of substitution, we are not substituting an element within the clause, but we are simply substituting the entire clause with two words. That is so or not. Okay? Example: is there going to be an earthquake? Somebody asks, is there going to be an earthquake? Okay, and the response is, it says so, or it seems so. So the entire clause, as shown, as underlined there, has been substituted with the word so. Okay, now this goes without saying, but these two words that are used in clause of substitution, that is so and not, are the positive and the negative. So the positive, of course, obviously is so, and the negative is no, not. So not has been negated while so is the positive. Okay. Now there are three types of clausal substitution. That is substitution of a reported clause, substitution of a conditional clause, and substitution of the modelized clause. Now, naturally, for diploma scholars, this one is not really necessary, but we'll just scroll through quickly. So substitution by conditional clause, okay, as is substituted by so and not, but it is following if, assuming so, or suppose so. Okay, basically this substitutional clause comes with a condition. If this happens, suppose this happens, we are making an assumption, we are assuming this happens. Okay, suppose this happens, what is going to happen? It's simply giving us a condition. That is the conditional clause. That is the substitution of the conditional clause. Okay, so the example would be, everyone seems to think he's guilty. If so, no doubt he'll offer to resign. If he is guilty, if and only if he is guilty, he will offer to resign. However, the condition is, if he's guilty, he will resign. Okay, if he is not, then obviously he will not resign. Okay, so the word he's guilty has been substituted with if so. Another example, we should recognize the place when we come to it. We should recognize the place when we come to it. Yes, but supposing not, then what do we do? But supposing not, then what do we do? Okay, so again, this one offers a condition. We will probably recognize the place when we get there, or we might not recognize the place when we get there. So what do we do in a case where we don't? Okay, so basically substitution by conditional clause offers a condition. And how do you know that a condition has been offered? There are certain words, there are certain grammatical terms that we get to use in order for us to show that a word is a condition. If, suppose, assume, maybe, probably, what if. Okay. Substitution by reported clause. The reported clause that is substituted by so or not is always declarative. Whatever the mood of the presupposed clause is, whether interrogative or imperative, but it is declarative. Let's look at this example. Has everyone gone home? I hope not. Has everyone gone home? I hope not. I hope not that everyone has gone. I hope. Okay. I don't think so. I hope not. Everyone has gone home. Okay. Is this mango ripe? It seems so. It looks ripe. But obviously, it is not certain. It seems like it is ripe. Now, the essential distinction to be made is that between reports and facts, reports can be substituted, whereas facts can't. The reason is that facts are encoded at semantic level, while clauses substitute work as they work at lexical grammatical levels only. Let's look at this last one. Substitution by modalized clause. Substitution by modalized clause. Remember, our terms here are so and not. So in substitution of modalized clause, so and not will also occur as substitute clauses that are expressing modality. Now, as we know in linguistics, modality is a system of options that allows for